Oh, what is going on, friends? It is Mike. Hope everyone's having a great day. Just wrapped up at the gym. So I want to go live for a little accountability, share with you guys some ideas of what I'm doing to work in some accessories into the standard SBD days. So let's just dive right in. Today I'm going to talk about the accessories of my leg day. So for anyone that caught the last video, the last live, the last time I was in here, crushed legs, we did squat, stiff leg deadlift, and hack squat. And I just crapped out after the hack squat. It was one of those leg days where I didn't vomit, but I was pretty close. I'm not going to lie. So ended up cutting the lift a little bit short, one of those listen to your body kind of situations, but I didn't finish my workout. So every once in a while I will run into situations, whether I got to get to a meeting or get to an appointment, or I got something else to do. Time is limited sometimes, so I will at least get as much of the workout in that I can do. If it's for an hour, if it's 45 minutes, or if it's an hour and a half, like whatever, I'll go as far as I possibly can. And then whatever I need to catch up on, I'll just come the next day or the next opportunity that I have to get to the gym and just finish off the accessories that way. Doing it this way, it does kind of act as, I've noticed it does help with like recovery at the end of the day, because sometimes you just gotta give your body a little bit more rest, and you can kind of take those impromptu breaks, and you got to just make the best out of it, especially when you're like working a 9 to 5 or building a business or whatever. But anyway, we're gonna focus on specifically the accessories today. So the program that I'm running right now, it is a power building program. It emphasizes, like, day 1 is legs, squat. Day 2 is upper body, overhead press. Day 3 is deadlift, back, legs. Day 4 is shoulders. So maybe a bench press or an overhead press, or you can alternate those days. So this is specifically the leg day. The main movements are squat, stiff leg deadlift, and hack squat. You can check out the previous video for details on those. But when we got in the gym today, I start off with cardio, because if I don't start off with cardio, I'm not going to do cardio. And for this run, the cardio is stairs. We do a 5-minute warm-up just at 1 mile per hour, and now we're at 7 miles per hour. So when I started the stairs, I was running this a progressive overload kind of strategy. Started at 5 minutes at 3 miles per hour. Through progressive overload over the weeks, over the days you come in, we are now at 7 miles per hour. So we did 5 minutes at 7 miles per hour. It was hard, it was difficult. I might need to adjust the plan. So instead of increasing incrementally by 5 minutes, maybe increase incrementally by 2 minutes, but we'll see how it goes. 5 minutes at 7 miles per hour, went well, got through the whole bit, got a good sweat, warmed up. And the next time that we come in, we will aim for 10 minutes at 7 miles per hour and just continue to progressively overload from there. Then we moved it on to cable row, and cable row, we worked up to 125 pounds for sets of 6, 3 max rep sets. So you could do sets of 6. It's a little bit more of a different way that you can work this kind of rep ranges. Is essentially what 3 max rep sets means is you find the weight that you could do for a 6 rep max, and you do that weight for 3 sets. You found it when you hit the first set, you got 6, and naturally, since it was your 6 rep max, you shouldn't be able to do a second set of 6. Maybe you would do 5, and then maybe you do 3. If you get 6 for all 3 sets, well, good for you, because you've done a heavy weight that you thought was your max, but you were probably a couple pounds shy, and you probably could have gone a little bit heavier. So that's essentially what happened with this one. I did 125. I felt it was at maybe like RPE 8, RPE 7, RPE 8. Well, in my mind, I was like, okay, that's probably my max, but in reality, it was like RPE 8, because I got 125 for the whole 3 sets. So we know we have a foundation there. Cable row's been increasing, so I'm happy to report that. Then we moved it on to prone leg curl. I'm working on my hamstrings with prone leg curl. I want to make sure that I emphasize good form, good technique, get a full extension on the bottom, and squeezing the weight all the way at the top. And I've noticed that when the weight gets a little bit heavier, or I get a little bit fatigued, maybe you can relate, my form and technique breaks down, and I start doing half reps. And I don't want to do half reps, especially on the prone leg curl. I feel like if I humble myself a little bit, keep the weight a little bit on the lower end, and make sure we emphasize the technique, emphasize the time over tension. Even though I was able to get, I probably could have, we did 45 pounds, it was a plate. I went for 2 plates and I was only able to get maybe like 6, and even at like the 4th, 5th, 6th rep were kind of like, I felt myself getting fatigued and pumped in my hamstrings. So if anyone has any ideas on how to increase strength in hamstrings, I'd like to hear what has worked for you. Right now I'm working in stiff leg deadlifts, prone leg curl, also seated leg curl. I alternate depending on which phase of this program I'm in, but I'm enjoying the prone leg curl. I definitely feel like the machine that we have here, it definitely hits where it's supposed to hit, and it's just a matter of like getting the reps in, and getting the reps in and progressive overload. So that's where I'm at right now. Then we moved it on to chest supported row, 70 pounds, sets of 6, 3 sets. Pretty standard. The chest supported row is deceivingly very difficult, deceivingly very heavy. They have 2 or 3 different kinds of machines. The one that I did today, I just feel it's the hardest, it's the most difficult. The other ones, the way that the weight is distributed on the machine, they feel a little bit easier. So 70 pounds, sets of 6, 3 max rep sets, that similar rep structure. Felt good. Was able to, again, with the chest supported row, more concerned about making sure I get the technique right. I want to make sure that I'm not just lifting with my biceps, but also distributing the weight throughout your entire upper back, because that's where the weight should be focused on. A row is a back builder at the end of the day, not a bicep builder. But that's okay, because to specifically hit the biceps, then we moved on to bicep curl. So today I did what is called, I've heard it called like a clown curl. I look it up. Essentially you are on a flat bench and you bicep curl on a flat bench. So your body is parallel to the ground. It gives a really nice range of motion for your biceps. It forces you to use lighter weight, but it makes that weight feel a lot heavier because of the angle at which you are lifting the weight. Again, bicep technique, I'm not so much worried about throwing up extremely heavy weight. We're getting there. My biceps, historically, I never really hit my biceps specifically, so even on curls, I got up to 15 pounds. Felt good. Probably could have squeezed out 20 pounds for sets of 14, but I was happy at 15. The form was good. The technique was good. I felt like I was keeping the weight distributed on the bicep, getting a good stretch at the bottom, and squeezing at the top, getting a full range of motion, which that's what I'm looking for in terms of my training right now. Then we wrapped it up. Snapped a quick pic in the posing room and washed my hands. And now we are off to run a couple of errands. So apparently there's supposed to be some bad weather here in New Jersey. It's cloudy, but I got like a notification like state of emergency or something like that. So if there is going to be bad weather, be careful when you're traveling or if you're out and about today. And hope you guys had a great Saturday and crushed your workouts. We'll catch up later. Talk to you soon. Bye.